All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Um, I so if you're awake at 7:40 in the morning, well, Central Time, I went live a couple times, like twice, and I kind of not chickened out, but like, oh well, the lighting wasn't right, or I wasn't. Oh, that was interesting. The lighting wasn't right, or I said, didn't have the right words or something. And actually, just right now, I don't know what the heck I did, but apparently it's just like, hey, um, the broadcast is paused or whatever. Do you want to resume or end? Well, I'm going to fight through this because if I don't do this now, I'm going to think of a bunch of reasons not to. And I think this is a very important, not speech, but thought process. We'll go with that. So anyhow, let's try this again. I do have some notes. As I said, I wanted to make sure I covered everything, or at least everything that I thought of. It's not a fully fleshed out speech in that, but it's got bullet points. So anyway, good morning, neighborhood friends. This is Coach Coop or Brett or whatever. I was recently talking to a family friend, and it got me thinking about my past experiences and my environment, and what shaped me to be who I am today. And within anxiety and depression and whatever, and please ignore the sound of my dog walking around on the bed. But anyway, how it shaped me to be, and especially with my anxiety and depression, and some ways that I could fight against it, and how some ways I am preventing it, or negating it to some extent, or lessening it. So I had that discussion, and it reminded me of one of my good friends, Dave Engel. He's okay. Yeah, my dog's trying to play. Anyhow, let's try that again. So yeah, one of my good friends, Dave Engel, he told me about this speech. I haven't exactly heard the original speech, I don't think, but he gave me the summary of it. So it goes something like this. Let's see. Yeah, ask yourself 3 simple questions. Who are you around? What are they doing to you? And is that okay? So I'd like to share with you some, I wouldn't say necessarily dark recesses, but something that I guess I don't like to relive exactly, but I think it's important for educational purposes and things like that. And maybe it'll you'll be able to see the light. That's kind of funny. And think about the light behind you. Anyway, but the light of the situation, or shed a light on it. And if you're in a dark place, well, find a place where it's a little bit lighter and say, oh, that's what's going on. that kind of thing. And is that okay? So when I thought about that, that there are some things in these situations, they're just not related to like your friends. You hear the not the example, but the saying, oh, he or she got in with the bad crowd, and that's usually, with like gangs and smoking and drugs and, all the bad stuff. But, some other things are not as obvious. But, so, it can be like friends, it can be family, unfortunately. It could be your neighbors, people that you're forced to work with, coworkers, that kind of thing, at a job, things like that. So, what I've been doing is, I've been trying to limit, my, what's the word? Exposure? Yeah. Exposure to these kind of situations and environments. So, so you think of, I don't know if you've heard, but it made sense to me, and I don't know if this is exactly true, but it makes sense. It's, the frog, and if you toss it into boiling water, right away, and then it'll jump out, and, but, and, it's a little, what's the word? I can't search with an M. It's not, can't even think of the word. A little gruesome. I know there's another word, I just can't think of it. Starts with an M or an N. But anyway, if you go and you take that same frog, you put him in cold water, and then you slowly start boiling the water little by little, he adapts, or she, or it adapts to the water temperature, and you can actually, I guess, boil a frog alive. I've not ever tried it. I've not ever watched a video or really looked into it, but I think the saying applies here. It's like, so you might go into an environment, and it might, start out all nice and everything, but then, like at a, for example, going to a job, and then you get new management, or, you get acquired, or companies got bought, or whatever the case may be, and, all of a sudden, things start changing, but they change slow, that you don't, quite pay attention to it, and, the whole, boiling the, frog alive. And I've dealt with, situations like that. So, I love the, 3 simple questions. Who are you around? What are they doing to you? And is that okay? And so I've also had, friends and family, that I'm currently dealing with, and, also in the past that I've dealt with, that, they're very negative. They're very, poor, pitiful me. Oh, blah, 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 and it's like, it's another saying is, birds of a feather flock together, or as Dave said that, and I think he was quoting his dad, something along the lines of, if you tell me who your friends are, I can tell you who you are, kind of thing. If you're hanging around with 4 broke friends, well, you're going to be the 5th broke friend, kind of thing. But anyway, so, I've dealt with people that didn't necessarily want to help themselves. Would be what's the word? The poor pitiful me deal, and they would still, it seems awkward, but they would still try to take control or whatever, and by bossing people around and that, things like that, and actually in that, which is kind of counterproductive, is instead of having people come towards them, you're actually pushing them away. So I'm trying not to be, the bossy person. And I know that's, like an insecurity thing too, and that, it is like, if you don't think you're in control, you try to control anything, and sometimes you end up pushing other people away. So, things like that. But, that's not necessarily the purpose of this live. But anyhow, so, I've had people in my life where they, would boss me around and, make it look like they're incapable of doing things, and that not, being helpful at all to, or, try to help themselves, and that, and, let's see, be, say things like, well, you're lazy, you're lazy, you're a bad person, just do this one thing for me, if you don't do this, you don't love me, or, play the guilt trip, that kind of stuff. And, well, honestly, that didn't come all overnight, it's just little by little, and then, the more you heard it, and the more you heard it, and the more you heard it, the more you believe it's true, and then, well, it's true for you, and sometimes I still hear that person or persons in the back of my head sometimes, and sometimes I don't want to revisit that, but for educational purposes, I am. And I've also been through years of counseling, and so this is another reason why I'm able to revisit those recesses in my mind without, going into deep depression, anxiety. And so let's see, friends, family, neighborhood. Well, yeah, same with neighborhood and jobs. The reason I was talking about that with a family friend, was talking about like the weight loss community with these body transformation challenges. Yes, you can join them for weight gain or toning and stuff, but most people's aim for are weight loss. But yes, you get, what's the word? You get accountability. That's the word. But I never thought of it this way, or didn't really think of it this way, where they are, kind of a light in, this dark world, where, if you're having a bad day, you can go through the live or recorded videos and find something to make you smile, to think positive, that kind of thing. There are, videos out there just on positive thinking, motivation, that kind of thing, or, just having an upbeat attitude and be like, oh, we're going to cook this tofu and that we're going to make it awesome and, we're going to help you lose weight and, all that stuff. So, things like that. So, the purpose of this channel, or I guess one of the purposes of the, not channel, group, and and I'm hoping I can upload this to YouTube. I mean, this is a Facebook Live, but I think I can upload it to YouTube. We'll figure that out. But anyway, is I kind of want to be, what's the word? A light in this dark world, kind of be like a lighthouse, a beacon, kind of like, oh, there's all this negativity, about COVID and politics and government stuff and, all that. And I am trying my best to be a light in this dark world, to shine brighter. Like, yeah, you can see that. And anyhow, and at least be, your friendly corner, lighted corner in this dark world, and that of, social media, Facebook, everywhere you turn you hear bad news. And, good news travels, but I correct me if I'm wrong, but I think bad news travels faster, because, everybody wants to hear about, oh, this car crash or this or that, or, well, and the less negative things sort of get pushed to the side, like, oh, hey, somebody stopped on the side of the road, and helped grandma with her flat tire, or, something like that. You don't hear things like that because, those aren't exciting. Those don't sell stories, that kind of thing. I don't know exactly what the term is, but, it's like, negative things sell. I know there's a shorter saying about that. But yeah, so other ways, to limit your environment and such is, be a new social media news, whether it's on social media or otherwise, social media, whether it be, well, news, or if, somebody's having a bad day, or, they're just, they're like, oh, there's a car crash, or, oh, I think, this is bad about the government, or this or that, the leaders are such dummies, or what have you, and things like that. So, I hold 1 second. Alexa, stop alarm. Yeah, my alarm just went off. Really? Alexa, be quiet. Okay, good. that worked. So, yes, I do have multiple alarms on, because sometimes I like to sleep in, and well, today I technically could slept in, but, this was kind of important, burning on my mind. So let's see. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I try to limit my time. Like right away when I get up in the well, I used to, when I got right up in the morning, was okay, check my work email, check my Facebook, check, all this. And while there would be some sort of negativity there and that, and, my mind would already be, have negativity. And, that would, for the rest of the day I'd be negative, or, at least have some negativity already. So I haven't exactly started doing this yet, intentionally. And how long have I gone? 21 minutes. So let's see. But, I'm doing it little by little. Is like I have, an early alarm. It's meditation music and stuff. And then I have my alarm that goes off, and it's positive words and affirmations to me, like, you are awesome, you are, you are in control. I'm trying to think of what exactly I said, but like, I am a rock star. I am making a difference. I am losing weight. So things like that. So that's one thing that you can do. But the alarm that just went out, that was a music alarm. That was later in the day. Just in case I turn, wanted to sleep in or whatever. But anyway, then, when I would get up, I wouldn't just go straight to social media, turning on the TV, whatever, things like that. So sometimes I put on my glasses, sometimes I don't. But like, since my dog sleeps by me, I'll go and I'll pet her, and I'll open the window, and not open the window, but open the shades behind me, or drapes, or whatever the heck they're called, curtains. There we go. And let the beautiful light in, and just maybe catch up on some positivity stuff, listen to music, not the, swearing like, I'm gonna kill you, but, more of the, stuff without, more motivational music, like background, kind of music, that kind of thing, pet my dog, think about my day, maybe reflect on things that I did in the past 24 hours, whatever. But try not to just get up and be negative right away. And maybe I'll turn on the TV, but I'm limiting myself to things that remind me of happier times. Oh, hi, there is one person. Let's see, it doesn't say. Does it? Nope. So I think I'll be able to see comments and that. So I have no idea who is on, but thank you, viewer, or I should say, I'm trying to call you friendly neighbors. Or no, neighborhood friends. There we go. So let's see. Oh, no, I just kind of lost my train of thought. Darn it. Oh, and then they went away. Okay. Sorry about that. But you know, oh yeah, about the TV shows. You know, I'll watch something and that on like a streaming platform, that doesn't you know, reminds me of simpler times. You know, back when I was younger. Um, I was living with my grandma and grandpa, or my grandma, and that she watched me sometimes. I didn't live with her, but, well, yes, I did, but my dad also lived with her. But anyway, you know, she would, you know, watch things like the Beverly Hillbillies, you know, and stuff like that. And so, you know, it's a little stupid stuff like that. Oh, and like, you know, Full House and, you know, things like that. Things that have a message that, um, you know, that it's not full of, you know, all this, oh, you know, the government and whatever. You know, there's a bunch of things you could say about other things, you know, how things are ran, or, you know, the COVID or whatever. But, you know, things like that. And so, um, okay, thank you, viewer, again for showing up. I don't know if it's the same viewer or friendly neighborhood friend. But anyway, I try to surround myself with positivity and that kind of thing. So, you know, watching something positive. Yeah, I might have seen, you know, episodes of the Beverly Hillbillies or Full House before, but sometimes they hit you different when you get older, and you know, also it just kind of clears your mind a little bit, so you're not thinking about this negative stuff. So let's see. Yeah, limit bad time or time with negative influences, you know, whether it be friends or family. I know it's not exactly the easiest, you know, with the family, but you can kind of choose who your friends are. So I don't know if you can read that. No. So yeah, I'll post a picture afterwards in the comments. Or whatever. Or I got this shirt and I thought it was. I mean, I got it because, you know, it's got. Well, you can see that part. The Nintendo thing, controller, you know, and, you know, nostalgia, you know, and it says in total control. And, so, you know, I got it for, you know, that reason, because I'm a gaming nerd. So if you want me to talk about that, that would be cool too. But you know, so it relates to my message. Is I am in total control of my life, or I'm trying to be in total control of my life. You know, I'm no longer, you know, taking a back seat. You know, I'm becoming the driver of, you know, my life, and that, and no, you can't control how people act and react and do stuff. But which is unfortunate. But you can you can only control how you act and react. So you know, some things, you know, it's like, oh, you know, somebody says something bad to you. Your immediate reaction might be like, oh, you know, and then start the profanities, and then, you know, return in kind, respond in kind. But I challenge you to instead, you know, be more, I don't know, like Gandhi or I don't know, Jesus, but, you know, kind of like okay, kind of step away from the situation if you can, or just say like, I'm sorry to hear your what you're going through, your concerns. I'm sorry, but and don't argue with people. I mean, yes, there are some things you should stand up for, but don't try to create conflict, that kind of thing. But then, of course, don't become a human doormat. And so, everything's about checks and balances, about everything in moderation, that kind of thing. And so I'm learning about that throughout my life, for many, 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 many years, and still today. And that I'm kind of like a people pleaser. I'm trying to get out of that. I'm trying to be like, well, no, I don't want to exactly do that. And or why am I doing that? Is that just because I think this is what they want to hear? Or something like that. Stupid thing. I mean, even stupid things where it's like, oh, where do you want to go to eat? Well, you might want to go out, eat somewhere healthy and that, but some other people in the group, they want to go to McDonald's, and well, you can make McDonald's healthy-ish, but the point is, is like, I want to go here, I'm going to go here, whether you like it or not. And no, don't be a dick, but as I said, do everything in moderation, checks and balances. So let's see, I think I did everything, and we're just at the almost 32-minute mark. So I just wanted to again close before I close out, just say, I'm trying to enlighten people, and be your friend, what's the word, not friendly neighbor, but you're a source of inspiration, maybe. And so if you'd like to if you like this content, let me know. If you think it'll help somebody, share it, comment, subscribe, or not subscribe, but join this group. And so just to recap, here's 3 important questions, and they're very simple, but they're about your environment, whether it be, at work, your family, your friends, whatever, you can, apply to a lot of things, but, who are you around, and what are they doing to you, and is that okay? And honestly, the last question is very important. Is that okay? If they are, making you feel bad, and, what have you, and that, and, not necessarily commit suicide, but have anxiety, depression, and stuff like that, and where you feel less important, and, well, that kind of thing, please seek help, through like a counselor, or, a family friend, or, even reach out to me. I can, point you in some directions. But, nobody deserves to be felt like crap, and run through the ringer, that kind of thing. So, yeah, if you're feeling crappy and that, is that okay? If it isn't, well, I would say it's not ever okay to feel crappy, but, is it okay in your situation? And if not, seek help. If you can back away slowly out of it, that's great. If you have to run and hightail it out of there, I wouldn't say that's better. But, seek help. that kind of thing. So, yeah, just let me know if you like this content, and share and stuff. And I guess I'll see you around this what I'm calling right now the friendly neighborhood, friendly and helpful neighborhood group. And the light. I'm trying to be the beacon, the lighthouse beacon, beacon of light in this dark, dark, dark world. So this is Coach Coop Dog, and stay positive. Stay, think about your actions and things like that. And I will see you around the neighborhood. Thank you for listening. How do I hit finish? Oh, there you go.